We were all subjected to constant persecution every single day. They spat on you, screaming, "Death with the Jew."
I was in a children's block. The tension of not knowing from one minute to another if you're going to live. I was a no person. I was a nothing.
We heard people disappear, people were taken away, and they were never heard of. The general attitude was, it's not true and it's not going to happen with us. It cannot happen in a civilized country.
I'm the child of a Holocaust survivor, and I'm named after somebody that died in the Holocaust. So I remember every day that I'm the child of a survivor. And it touches my life every day in every aspect of my life.
My life is completely informed by being the child of two Holocaust survivors. I can't think of a facet of my professional or personal life that is not completely formed by being a child of survivors.
When I go into the Holocaust Center, I at first feel like somebody punched me in the stomach. I can't believe that my family went on that journey. Yet usually when I walk out the doors of the Holocaust Center, I feel more optimistic. And I feel empowered that I can impart a positive message on my children and on future generations.
I think it's critically important to remember and to share the story because the world needs to know it. Whenever I leave there, I feel that I need to do something to remind the world not just of what happened to my folks and my family and friends and others, but of what's happening now and the horrors that we can inflict on one another if we don't check ourselves.
So we dig deep into this horrible experience and turn something positive out of it.
They walked up to Mengele. Mengele looked him all over and said, "To the right."
The Holocaust Memorial Center to me is a living, breathing piece of art that is dedicated to the history of the Holocaust. I think it's important that we as Jews understand the Holocaust as a lived experience. It's not just something from the history books that happened hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Through Holocaust education is really how we connect to the prior generations, learn their experience, learn what happened to them, so we can bear witness to their experience and we can then share their stories when they are no longer able to. I have two children. I have a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old. And while at this point I know they are too young, in the coming years we're going to really start to introduce Holocaust education into their lives. And I think it is very important that the Holocaust Memorial Center will be part of that learning. As the generation of Holocaust survivors passes away, we have to pick up the torch from them. So it's each of our individual responsibilities to teach our children, to teach our community their stories, so that going forward, our children will be able to teach those same messages of what happened and why we can never let it happen again.
This was the last time I ever saw my father again.
The one word that I think of when I think about the Holocaust Memorial Center is the word remember. The walls of the building tell the story. It shows people's faces. It really brings life to the experience. And it also makes you think about what is happening now in the world today. When I think about the Holocaust Center, it makes me proud. It makes me proud to be a part of this Jewish community. It makes me proud of our history and where we're coming from. And it also makes me proud of where we're going. To stay even closer, protect other people, protect other communities, and make the world a better place.
The camp is chosen for a high command inspection led by General Dwight D. Eisenhower.
I learned a bunch of things when I was at the Holocaust Center. I learned that a girl saved a bunch of kids from the ghetto, that she hid them in like grocery bags and she gave them to non-Jewish families so they'd survive. It made me feel like bad inside because like I couldn't do anything about it, and like millions of people died from it, and 1.5 million kids under the age of 14 got killed, and that's just terrible.
A few were brought to justice and punished, but what about the people who stood by?
When I went to the Holocaust Center, I learned that it's not okay to separate people by who they are, because everybody is different, and even if somebody is different, you should still treat them the way that you want to be treated. I feel that it's important to remember people in the Holocaust because they're all heroes in some way, and I'm connected to them.
It is our responsibility to pass the mantle of remembrance on to future generations because this should never, ever happen again.
We have to be their voice when they no longer have a voice.
So events like this never happen again.
Never again.